What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. All right, we're back for another one. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome back to EP09 Bodybuilding. We are officially 1 day out from the men's open prejudging. The athletes meeting has taken place. I actually have an interview from Nick Walker during the athletes meeting, but some other very interesting stories going around the Mr. Olympia right now in Las Vegas. Starting this one today with an interview from Nei'l. Now, Nei'l is the coach of Mike Sommerfeld, appearing on an interview with Leandro Osti. I'll put the full video in the description for you guys below, expressing his, well, in his words, his passionate words for what has taken place with the athletes being reheighted in classic physique. Nei'l speaks about the preparation that they've done over the last year, given the fact that they were given information last year that athletes would not be heighted in again. And Nei'l speaking about how all of this really came from the backlash that sparked on social media, giving basically irrefutable evidence that Mike Sommerfeld was not being honest about his height. Nei'l definitely has some very strong words. We'll look at a couple of clips and then we'll talk about it.
See, whether Mike competes on the stage, we'll have to wait and see. We're doing everything. We're doing all the therapy that we can between now and tomorrow. But this is a process which we should have been dealing with months and months ago, or weeks ago. Because how long has conversation been on social media? This guy's too tall, this guy's too short, this guy's months ago. So why are we dealing with this now?
Well, the reason that we're dealing with this now is because this irrefutable evidence has surfaced surrounding his athlete, Mike Sommerfeld, and the fact that there is a discrepancy when it comes to his height. And the fact of the matter is the Mr. Olympia competition is the biggest competition in bodybuilding, and they should be scrutinized at the highest level, down to the most minute details, including the reheighting process. The IFBB obviously has the authority to do this, but according to Nei'l, apparently this was something that they were told would not take place again in 2025. Check it out.
So my point is that we were told at last year's Olympia that once you are heighted, that's your fixed height.
That's okay.
So we did nothing. So we never did anything all year or since the last show to prep for this. So are we going to make height and weight? We'll have to wait and see.
I could see being upset about this from a coach's standpoint, from an athlete standpoint. If they were told last year that this would not take place, and now they're dropping it on them a week out of the show that now they're going to be reheighted, fair justification from a certain standpoint. I can say that I could see being upset about this, but I will stand firm in my opinion that I think this is the proper thing to do. I think this is the fair thing to do because of, again, the irrefutable evidence coming straight from Mike Sommerfeld that saying his height is one thing when it comes to stepping on the scale, but his official height when it comes to not being on the scale was going to be less, okay? Everybody has seen the footage at this point, irrefutable. I'm glad that the IFBB is taking action, regardless of the reason that they are taking action, you know, the spark on social media. In fact, beyond speculation, if the reason is indeed because of the backlash on social media, it just means that the IFBB Pro League is listening to the fans, okay? Hats off to them for that.
Focus on what we are doing. We don't make the rules up.
Yep.
But to change everything last minute, I think that is very, very, very wrong. But I also stand by and respect the IFBB Pro League because they're trying to make sure that there's transparency. And there always has been transparency.
Yeah.
Last year, there was complete transparency.
Everybody knew the rules.
Did you see one single athlete after weigh-ins last year? Let me ask you this. Did you hear of any athlete after weigh-ins complain about somebody making height or weight? I didn't hear one athlete.
No.
Not one athlete.
Look, this is not something that athletes are going to come out and publicly speak about. The athletes don't want any backlash from the organization, just like Nei'l saying that he has full respect for the IFBB Pro League, does not want any backlash from the organization because it could end up penalizing athletes, could be the speculation behind having words like that publicly, okay? But look, I want to know what you guys think about this information. How do you guys feel about the fact that if athletes were indeed told that last year they would not be reheighted and then a week out of the show, they're told that they will be? Is that unfair, or is this the proper decision made by the IFBB Pro League to rehype these guys given the information that has circulated around social media. Me personally, I think doing the rehyting is the right decision. There's definitely a larger conversation when it comes to when guys should be rehyted and if they should only be rehyted in one time when they get their pro card or anything like that. But regardless, for now, I think this is the right decision. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below.
Walker,
What's
you're
up,
not
Nick?
Nick Walker.
They filming a documentary. You got a mic on.
Yeah. Oh, I do. Yeah. I didn't notice I had this still on.
How you feeling, man?
The way I should be feeling.
Tired and shredded?
No, like a winner.
Like a winner.
Like a winner. Well, Nick Walker is looking like a winner right now, dropping another insane update at 2 days out of the show, doing an interview with Tarek El-Guindi and Tim Wilkins over there after the athletes meeting. I actually just got a text from Tim, doing a great job over there. But you guys, this is going to be an absolutely insane package from Nick Walker. And I think this is why we're starting to hear Nick Walker speak so confidently. You know, this is what we used to hear from Nick Walker back when he was competing in 2022 going into the Olympia. Very, very confident going into the show. And actually, I saw that Milo Sarshev also ran into Nick, and he said the exact same thing. Nick is extremely confident that he will take home the win this year. Checking out the poll on my community tab, 46% of you guys have Nick Walker taking home the Mr. Olympia title. Samson Dowda in 31%, Hadi Troop in 15%, Derek Lunsford sitting at 8% as of right now. Those are pretty substantial numbers, I feel. A lot of people very, very confident that Nick will indeed take home that Mr. Olympia title this year. And, you know, maybe that's part of why Nick is so confident, because Nick has the fans behind him as well. Almost overwhelmingly, Nick has the fans behind him. He will be the fan favorite when he steps on that stage on Friday. Without question, I guarantee the place is going to absolutely explode.
Why do you think you're the most popular bodybuilder in the world?
I'm authentic. I'm real. What you see on the internet is what you get in person. I'm a hard worker. I persevere. I overcome. And then I win.
And what about these guys? A lot of people think that your showing in Pittsburgh is one of the best physiques we've seen in the last couple of years. You said, Tarek, I beat Derek. I don't care what anybody says. Looking at these guys, Hadi, Samson, Derek, do you think you're going to take them down in the next couple of days?
Look, these guys are very competitive. These guys are all great champions, but I am the mutant for a reason, and I will be the last man standing come Saturday night.
I don't know if we have anything else. That's pretty badass.
Very confident words from Nick Walker, but at this point, the physique is going to do the rest of the talking. With just 1 day to go until prejudging, this is going to be one for the ages, you guys. Let me know one more time, where do you have Nick Walker in your predictions in the comments below? And make sure to check out my top 10 Olympia predictions video as well. I'll put that video in the description below for you guys. And let me know what your predictions are in the comment section. All right, last up, we have an update from Dan Solomon, the president of the Mr. Olympia competition, making an announcement during the athletes meeting regarding the timing of when the men's open will be taking the stage. And this is something that has been a conversation piece after every Olympia, I would say, well, really since I started covering the Olympias back in 2022, there has always been the conversation of the athletes being put on the stage too late at night when it comes to the men's open in particular. So check out the announcement from Dan Solomon, and you guys, this could be a game changer when it comes to how the athletes show up in the men's open division. Check it out.
We're making some adjustments. We really try to pay attention. We understand the concerns of the athletes. It's an important topic, and we understand we want to do what we can to put you in a place to be as successful as possible. Also being mindful of all the other divisions in the show who have their own objectives as well. But the Mr. Olympia prejudging portion of the Friday night program is going to take place a little bit earlier in the Friday night program, and we're sorting out those details now.
So this is fantastic news, straight from the source of the president from the Mr. Olympia competition. And this shows that they really are listening to the athletes, to the fans, and not just the athletes in the open division. You guys, I have heard this from figure competitors acknowledging this, from classic competitors acknowledging this. The men's open guys going on so late at night, it is a detriment to their physiques because they are carrying the most muscle, and the later at night it gets, the worse their physiques are going to look. Now, there's going to be 7 categories at the prejudging on Friday, but this is the difference between these guys getting on stage hours in advance, okay? It is going to mean that we will see these guys at their absolute best, and it is another reason that there will be no excuse that athletes will not show up at their absolute best in the men's open. So very exciting news. We will be going live for the prejudging and for the finals on Saturday, you guys. Really looking forward to seeing you guys at the live stream. Make sure to subscribe here on EP09 Bodybuilding. Hit that like button. Check out BayouMuscle.com. Use code EP10 at checkout. Appreciate all you guys supporting the channel up to this point. But that's it for me in this video. 1 day out from the prejudging of the 2025 Olympia. It is going to be a show of epic proportions. But that's it for me in this video. Thank you guys for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.